Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. We're almost finished clearing up all of our various waste types. And the one thing that I do find quite interesting here is that this aluminum scrap is not actually increasing over time. So I do wonder what's kind of happening with that. Now, anyway, if you are enjoying this series, I would really appreciate you hitting that like button. Do we have everything? Why the hell do we have alcohol in here? Why do we have, oh my goodness, yeah, it's because oh man, okay, yeah, I've never actually set this thing up properly. Well, and we are missing mechanical components, to be honest. Okay, so if you are liking this episode or this game, please do leave a like button, leave some comments, tell me what you think. I think we can go ahead and grab that. We definitely don't want food in here. We definitely don't want clothing in here. We don't want, do we want electronic components? Probably do. Yeah, we do want oh man, 0. Come on, 0. That's probably a 10, 10, 0, 0, 0. That's another 10 over there. That's another 10 over there. That's another 10 over there. That's a 0 and that's a 0. Well, all in all, I think that needs to be about 60 then. Well, actually, maybe not explosives. Let's make crop 60. Because I don't think this can actually pick up crops. So let's do that. And over time, try and get it sorted out. Let's just see who's actually bringing in some stuff. So this guy can, from the road cargo station, pick up various things. The road cargo station has access to alcohol, food, clothing, and electronic components, though very little. So that's probably where all of this stuff ended up coming in from. So that's unfortunate. I would like to move them out at some point. Area master over here is bringing in what exactly? Food and alcohol. So why would area master be a drop-off location for this? What would it have in here? That's not an appropriate one. So that's crazy. And then Tomoilsky imports. Oh, that's the distribution. But still. Oh, no. It can collect from over here. There you go. And the fabric. It can collect from the fabric. There you go. That's weird. Well, that's what it's all about. And then Tomoilsky Imports is going to bring it in from the border. So anything from the border that we may need, which I believe would include something like plastics. Right, I think plastic. What is coming in from the border? Steel and yeah, some of these components here. Yeah, so I think we're okay now, even though we've got some extra stuff in there. Okay, good. Anyway, back to the discussion here. I thought if you are enjoying it, please hit that like button. Tell me in the comments how you think we are going. I think I've got pretty much most of the stuff done over here. These guys are missing mechanical components so that they can then start fixing up some of these things. That would be the plan. Let's have a look over here. We've got lots of crops and our food production is going up quite nicely. So that's good. We are seeing more and more workers coming around. We have, we don't have any steel left. I may drop this down to say maybe 2 workers, just to have some workers in there. So the last thing we really need here, this guy's just got the 1. Yeah, probably. Maybe let's make this one 1, 2, just so that there's something going on there. And then the last thing we do need to do over here is probably start thinking about our aluminum recycling plant. So it's going to take, it's going to provide us with aluminum from aluminum scrap. Okay, so the idea would be a little something like this, really. I don't want you to have your waste going in that way. So what we'll do is we'll just do something like this, keep this pretty nice and short. So just something like that, I think, is going to be fine. And then we can make a start on getting that construction underway. So let's grab ourselves a piece of road that can run. Well, let's do that and tie that one in over here and get that over there and make a start on that construction piece. And then at the very same time, I think what I might do, we've got a little bit of cash here. What I might do is I might actually go ahead and pause the game for a second and quickly upgrade a few of these sections. Up to there, up to probably about there. And then at the same time, what we'll do is we'll quickly just pay to get that done. There we go. So that should be all good. And now there's some good walking distances over here. Now what I can do is I'll just go about tying in that section over there. And I'll probably make that happen as well. So now what we can do is we can see that we will have walking distance to that bus station over there. So that will give us everything here. Let's quickly have a look at what the size of this facility is. It can store up to 40 tons of aluminum, which should be fine. And then we've got the waste treatment plant, which we've got built over here, but we're not actually using at the moment. So there we go. That's the last sections of our waste recycling underway. We've got the Republic Theatre being built over here and some additional places for people to come and live. Our population is growing pretty nicely, right? If we go all-time population growth, yeah, look at that. That's looking really quite aggressive, almost up at the 6,000 mark. We had that little dip over here, but we've recovered pretty well. And then let's just have a look at what's going on with our university education. That's looking very good. Our standard education and then our uneducated numbers also going up a little bit. So we just need to make sure that we keep an eye on the exact or the correct number of schools in this area. We open this one up for guests. Yes, no, this one is fully loaded. So what we could do is we could now start staffing this one as well. Let's go with about 15 staff members over here. So the next bus rounds of buses that comes in, we'll probably put some more people over there. And we're making about 20K a month in terms of our dollar imports. Now, I did think we did finish off our loans. Yeah, we don't have a loan available. So let this run a little bit. Now, if we go back to the place that we're building over here, I have gone back to the comments and seen people have provided with some nice name suggestions in the past. So let's rename this one. I think Commotionovsk is what it's going to be. So the play on chaos in the terms of the word commotion. And obviously we're giving it a nice little city-esque name over here. So Commotionovsk. Probably going to say that, butcher that name quite a lot over the course of the game. Now, we are hoping to get some vehicles in place. But we also need to bring in some buses over here. And did I not set this guy up to... So let's quickly see. We should be able to see if this guy has been set up for some deliveries. No, it has not. So let's go over here and get our local deliveries to come and bring some fuel there, because we will need fuel in that area. So I believe this guy is doing my local fuel distribution. So we should just be able to get that going over there. So what is this? No vehicle have loaded cargo for unload. What? That's interesting. Don't know if that's a problem or not, or no vehicle have loaded cargo for unload. Interesting. So let's pop that one in there, and you should be able to go ahead and fill that up nicely for us. About 30 tons of fuel over here is going to be a good number. Excellent. So there we go. Now, the next step for us is to buy a bus, though the plan would be that we buy a bit of a bus. Some of the Mars buses, I think, the quicker US-style buses or the West NATO buses. That's the same issues, I think. It's over here. So if I wanted to buy some buses, this one is $15,000, 88 kilometers an hour, 83 people that works there, 85 on this one. Let's just make sure we're getting all the buses in there. So really, it's not going to be the Mars buses, is it? It's going to be this guy because it's nice and quick. So give me 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. There we go. And I think that will kind of do the trick for us. So let's just give them a nice little paint, coat of paint. I actually like that one. So let's get these guys that are kind of a yellowish orangey color, which is the color for our construction crews over here. So let us set up a line. So you will start your journey over there. Then you will pop in here. You will not unload. You will load some workers and you'll make the long, arduous journey all the way to this part of the world, and where you will unload all of your workers. There we go, all of them. And if we open up this line, we'll rename that line and say, this is Commotionovsk. Yes, I'm going to get this wrong many times, even though I like the name, Commotionovsk. So let's save that name. Ooh. What are we saying? I want to rename the line. Okay. Commotionovsk workers, obviously. There we go. We will save that. So now we can run these guys. They can make a nice long journey over this way. There should be places to collect fuel along the way on both sides. Yeah, absolutely. Their side and the other side. And it'll stop in there and get it kind of sorted out. Now, what we can do, of course, is just copy and paste it to all the other buses. And then we'll say, make a start, make a start, make a start, and make a start. There we go. So now there's all of our buses doing their thing. So they will start bringing workers across. We do have plenty of workers available over here, I think. Maybe not as many, but there's a fair bit coming in. We also have areas here that can't actually reach that site, right? Yeah, we do have a little bit of a site reach problem. Yeah, so I'm not too sure whether we can do much better here in terms of workers, unless we start building some more stuff in this area. Have we got all of this filled up? We do. That's an advertising campaign. Anything here that's being built? The airplane production line. Not that we can build airplanes just yet. There's plenty of stuff that we still need to kind of figure out. We have plenty of wood available in this area. Forestry available, ready to go. And we should be doing a reasonable amount of production here. So yeah, we bought $60,000 worth of buses there. Excellent. The money on this side is happening pretty quickly. So that's all good. All of this is kind of starting to happen here, which I like. And we will see some workers come in from time to time. We will get all of this built up nice and quickly. Do we have everything we need here now, operating without issues? Excellent. So we can just get all of these vehicles fixed in due course. Some fields have low fertility. That's fine. All of this is actually working really well. I'm hoping this thing doesn't fill up completely. But we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. So now that we've got that, we've got about 200,000 rubles ready to go in Commotionovsk. We can now start adding some vehicles in here that will ultimately start doing some of the construction work. So what do we need from a worker's perspective? We've already kind of assigned everything. We're not going to bring in workers, so no buses. But let's see the other kind of vehicles that we may need here. So we will need a couple of open hulls. So give me some total capacity here from an open hull perspective. That's pretty high. That's probably about reasonable. Oh, that's actually way quicker. And it carries the same amount. So we're going to grab some of these. They cost about the same. This guy is, yeah, let's just grab some of these guys. That seems pretty good to me. So let's grab a few of them. It's 1967. So let's grab a few of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. It's going to cost us. It's going to cost us. Of course, it's going to cost us. We will also do some covered hulls. Probably just about the 1, I think. Yeah, maybe 1 is going to be fine for now. We'll need dumpers. So give me some total capacity on dumpers. So these guys, they're quick. Yeah, the rest is not quick enough. So we're going to grab some of these dumpers. There's other dumpers on the US side of things. If we were to have a look at that quickly, right? We were to say dumpers. What do we have over here? Yeah, it's a little quicker, but I'm not going to pay dollars for it, to be honest. It's just not quite worth it. Let's go back in here, grab ourselves some dumpers. Total capacity there. We'll grab a few of these. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I like the bluish color that we've got going on here. That's good. I wonder if we need more. Yeah, let's get a couple extra. Good. Now, what do we also need here? We will need, beyond dumpers, we would need some excavators. So let's grab 1, 2 excavators at least. We will need to get ourselves a couple of road cranes. Total capacity road cranes. Ooh, level 30. Look at this guy. Give me 2 of them. I like the bluish color that we're running here. Now, beyond the road cranes, we also need bulldozers. So let's grab... Yeah, let's just get this good old-fashioned one here. 2 of them as well. Now, do we need... We need concrete mixers. So let's grab some concrete mixers. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a bit of a distance that it needs to run. And then what else? We probably need a roller, so let's grab 1 roller. We probably need a paver, so let's grab 1 paver. Anything else? First, the road cranes, buses, bulldozers. There we go. Got room for 1 more vehicle. I think it's probably another covered hull, to be honest. It's probably another covered hull. Well, we're out of money. I didn't even pay attention to that. Okay, let's hope that our money is not too far along. Hopefully, that's gonna do all of its tricks here. So the construction can basically make a start now, and the idea would be that we need to get these things. We need to get the workers around and all these kind of things. So from here, workers should be able to reach most of these buildings, actually. Yeah. Anyway, let's just get these guys to slowly make a start. Our money is coming back in, so that's going to be okay. So that's going to be the starting point for that construction in that area. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We do need to start planning out some more of those things, and we can make a start on some of this construction as well. But generally, it's all looking awesome. That's just some electricity messaging around this guy stopping the production of electricity, I'm sure. So some of these buildings don't actually work when this guy isn't running, so that's okay. Now, we also typically have a quick look at what our situation is over here. So what is this looking like? There's some burnable waste in there and some other waste in there as well. We don't seem to have any more ash going through here. Okay, so what I can probably do, this guy's almost done. Excellent. This is just ash, and this is just ash that's slowly dissipating. So what I can do now is this guy is basically going to go and dump some stuff, right? And then from there, I want to stop in here and load up on mixed waste. And then you're going to dump it out over there. All of that, okay. And then you're going to do the rest of it. So let's just keep that one going. So let's move you along and see how that works. So we're basically setting up this vehicle to go and dump its ash over there, and now we're going to start going through this again. So unfortunately, I did dump a bit of burnable stuff in here. Excellent. It's loading up pretty quickly, at least. So we'll so from here we should burn it and get ash out of it again. And this ash will dissipate over time. So that's looking pretty reasonable for me. And what I might do is I might just micromanage it back and forth a time or two. There's a little bit of room there. As soon as you finish that off, let's just go back and get some more. I'm assuming there is an option to get something through there. But anyway, let's just keep that running a little bit. Get this thing cleaned out a little quicker. We need to start work on another piece of research as well. All of this is doing well. Nothing to repair, which is exactly what I wanted to see here. Excellent. Okay, so that's pretty good. Getting all of that burnable waste done. Now we've got something over here. Now what is this? Ooh, dry dock project. Let's make a start on that. That is actually something that we may want to have a look at in due course as well. But really, steel supply is what I'm after. Okay, our money is looking pretty reasonable. So I'm hoping now that that the construction on that side will actually slowly start to happen. Let's clear out all of these messages. Okay, we're getting there. This is very slowly filling up, so that's okay. Almost tempted to let the guys... Yeah, anyway. Yeah, to be honest, I'm almost tempted to do it the other way. So the mixed waste comes out that way and the people dump it here directly because there's not a lot of vehicles coming in all the time, you know? And dumped. And please move on to that one again. Just a few of these, a little bit of management there, a little bit of micromanagement there. This is getting resolved pretty quickly. Oh, I love how quickly these things are getting built. We just leave them be for a while, and when you look again, it's sorted out. But I'm amazed at how little bit of aluminum scrap we're actually getting. So I don't quite know when we find aluminum scrap. But at the moment, certainly we're not seeing much of that being created. There's a little bit of steel over here. That's good, actually. That is actually pretty good. Slowly getting everything processed through here. I do like it. I do like it. Nice. What are we missing here? We are missing steel and mechanical components, the last little bits of pieces. And then from there, we can actually run, get some aluminum being created. And that's a pretty valuable resource. Okay, excellent. That's good. Is there anything else here? Ooh, this has been built. And that has been built as well. I do like it. Can you get access to everything you need? You should be all good. Now what we can do is we can slowly start building some additional components. So the idea would generally be something like this. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get that underway. We'll get these buildings starting to move. Now, someone mentioned in the comments that some of these buildings can actually get access to footpaths. So if I look at some of the other ones, none of them seem to be able to do that unless we do... here we go. These ones have footpath accesses, which is okay, but they're the small containers. I don't like using the small containers. So that's why we are still struggling a little bit with some of this stuff. Everybody is not super happy. Why not? Crime? Crime really is crime. Crime is the biggest issue for us. So what's going on with from a crime perspective? Let's have a quick look at our crime stats, shall we? Not patrolled crimes this year. And let's make it nice and wide so we can see it all. We are patrolling crimes over here. We are patrolling crimes over there. It seems to work. Yeah, all the crimes seems to be okay. Now, minor crimes reported. We're seeing a fair bit of that. So is our criminality too high? Even serious crimes. The prison isn't full, right? Yeah, so but maybe it's happening through the courts. What's our criminality like? Can we see criminality somewhere? Don't think we can see criminality here, at least. If we were to say where exactly, go in here, there might be something on criminality. Last month we had 22 reported crimes, 18 minor, 3 medium, 1 serious, and they all got kind of resolved. This entire year it looks fairly similar. This month, yeah, there's nothing major about it. Can I have a list of citizens? No, I cannot. So if I were to just click here and just click a random citizen here, criminality is at 0. Click another random, the criminality is at 0 also. So criminality doesn't seem to be a big issue here. So I don't quite know why it's such a big deal. Okay, we've got people coming to university, got stuff being researched. We're repairing our stuffs. And we're certainly still doing what we can with regards to the exports. This guy should be filling up with plastic. Yeah, absolutely. So what is our conversion rate there? 2 tons of plastic for 10 tons of plastic waste? Wow, my goodness. So this guy, okay, let's close that out. Just down to 1 worker, please. So now we've got 10 tons of aluminum over here. So now at least we've got these facilities in place, and we're just going to drop the number of workers that's actually coming in here, because really we want the bulk of our workers to be working in these facilities creating food. Food is good. Okay, now what I think we can do is we can start exporting it again. So let's go ahead and export. Alcohol only then, huh? Okay, let's start with the alcohol. Let's start exporting a little bit more alcohol. How's this doing? About 18 tons there. Well, let's move that along, and so that we can go and finish off the rest of this. And that should slowly dissipate. Oh, good stuff. I think we're in a good spot at the moment. We've no related vehicles there. We've got only the 1 related vehicle. So this vehicle by itself is all that that's doing, is moving to these facilities. So processing efficiency. So I don't quite know what the processing efficiency is. What it does. Is that how much power it generates? So the best is burnable, and then other waste, and then plastic waste, and then biological waste. That is an interesting one. No, please go back and do that one again. Let's just make sure we keep up with some of this. Have we done some stuff here? So let's do a bit of this. Yeah, let's do that as a starting point. Let's do this as a starting point here, just to make things a little bit more logical. right. Let's just do that. Good, there we go. This guy and that guy, and once you're unloaded, you can go back over there, get the last bit of this, and that means we've cleared out all of this burnable stuff that we by accident dumped in here a number of episodes ago. So that's pretty good now. How's this going? Yeah, we are. I think we're doing a pretty reasonable job at getting these things to move quite quickly. And what I'm kind of interested in is, can I maybe up this number a little bit? Let's go an extra 10 workers in there. That should probably do the trick. So this is now empty, completely empty. I do wonder, I might... Yeah, let's wait for this one to clear out completely. I think it will clear out completely. So now we're actually completely managing our waste. We've got nothing left in there in terms of managing our waste. Now, let's move over to, well, what is actually being built here? These are being built. We could certainly make a start on getting some of this stuff built as well. And maybe that's what we should be doing. I think let's continue construction over there. We'll get the guys to come on in and do that. And let's get the rest sorted out here as well. Let's do that. We'll get that one to come and work. We'll do this one. We'll get it to jump in, and we'll get that one over there, and we'll get that to jump in. So now let's just get these buildings constructed. So we get our construction crews to actually do something in this area. But all in all, it's looking pretty good. I do like these big trees that we've got here. I think since the new update, we should have actual functioning gates in here somewhere, right? Don't seem to be the case. This is all still looking very good. Producing everything we need to produce. If I did go here and have a bit of a look at the gate systems. Okay. I don't have any gates anywhere, it seems. We'll have to start looking at planning out some gates at some point. The zoo should be doing its thing. Did we get some tourists in here? We did. And this still does pretty well. Is the tourist numbers going up? Yeah, about 25,000 now at the moment. That is really good. And this number is still going strong. Let's go and have a look at Commotionovsk over here. Good. So things should... look at this. All of our little paths and things are being built. Nice, 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 nice. Do wonder about the dropping off of people here. Did I stop construction here? I did not. So that's interesting that it's taking so long. But anyway, that's okay. Let's just get all of these things slowly built. I certainly don't want citizens to be moving in here just yet. So what I'll do is I'll just switch off the allow citizens to move in peace here. Just in case we get any of these finished by finished and we don't actually notice it. So that should be good. Did we have any other buildings? No. So what I would like to do is just get all of this built first. So let's, the other thing that we could do is we could go ahead and do that and get both of those under construction as well. Similarly, we can do that one as well also. I think that's going to be fine. What's our range that we're picking up on? I think we need to go a little further. Yeah, go a little further, get a little bit more done. Excellent. Here comes bricks and stuff. Do we have workers out on site here? Not so much, but work progress is certainly getting done. So I'm assuming everything we need is slowly popping in. This is our, well, that's an interesting shape. But anyway, this is our shopping area, so that's good. Slowly we'll get all of this built. I think I'm going to try and get most of it built ourselves. Now, some of the next things that we needed to do, and I'm going to quickly do that now, let's see. So this area is one of the first things we would like to have a bit of a look at is coal, iron a little bit later, I think. Forget about the oil for now, and uranium ultimately. So, and forget about the bauxite, but we may use that area for bauxite as well. So really, the idea is that we need to do a bit of a coal mine in this area. So let's start by having a look at what coal mine in this area could look like. So we do have that area there. Now let's have a look. Coal. We would like a coal mine. Ooh. That's pretty good, right? There's no other areas here. Okay, so let's see. If we were to... Oh, what's the best values we can get? Not great, actually. Okay, so if we were to say... Put one of them in here at like a 40% value. Let's flip it around quickly like that. So 40% there. And then what we'll do is try and get another almost another 40% somewhere over here. I don't think we're going to get it. 37 seems to be the best we could do. Okay, so 37 it is. Flip it around again. Get that one on that side. Okay, so this is our coal mines. You know, hopefully that's a reasonable number. The idea would be that we have a road that runs something like that through our coal mines. Maybe in order to make this work, we will need a bus stop. So let's give ourselves a bus stop. And what other options do we have? So kind of wondering whether we can do a tram. Okay, let's we don't have anywhere we can buy a tram though. But maybe if we go to the border post all the way this way, maybe we can have a look at procuring one over here. So if I were to say buy some vehicles, okay, here, let's have a look. So we could electric locomotives. There we go. So forget about that. We want a tram instead. So tram. This is what I want to have a look at. So trams can send me a little bit of stuff, right? And they're not too pricey and they move. Well, are they better than buses though? I don't necessarily think they are. They're quite slow actually. There's one that seems to be a little bit better. To be honest, I think buses is going to be the trick for us in the first instance. So let's start our planning over here with buses instead. And not worry about the trams too much just yet. Okay, so let's start it with a bit of a bus stop. So one bus stop over here should certainly be sufficient to provide worker access to both sides. So let's grab that. I will do probably something like this. And something like that. And we'll tie these ones in like so. So that's our bus stop in between. We do need power and the likes in here. I believe this will need water and sewage and waste management as well. But now let's see. The first step for us now to do is then find a way of moving our coal out of here. So the idea is really that we need to do 3 into 1. In a way that's not going to mess things up too much for us. So I was thinking of running it this way, but it doesn't seem to want to work with our road. So we would need to do this, right? But that'll never work with the road. Unless we do more of this stuff. Okay, so that's the first step. But what would we need to do with this stuff? So once we have coal, we would need to do a coal processing facility. So maybe that's just what we do instead, right? And it doesn't take a lot of workers, though. So really, maybe that is a better outcome for us. Let's have a quick look. I think we have modded coal ore processing. Processing. Iron ore, coal ore. That's a pretty big one. That's iron. Yeah, so this is the one. Let's pop that in there. Okay, so now if I go here, we should have this guy. What does that look like for us? So if we were to do... Okay, but how many would we need? So 4.2 tons daily production per worker, right? Okay, but we need to remember we're at about 40%, okay? So let's quickly do a bit of mathematics here. So if we were to say we max this out at 220 workers times 4.2 tons of coal times 4.2 tons of coal gives us 924 tons of coal, but it's at 40%. Or let's make it 35%. Let's say we're running it at 35% times 0.35. That gives us 320 tons of coal per mine. So that means multiple of these facilities, really. So we will need to store it, and then potentially we would need to move it. Okay, so let's have a look then. So this road on this side, I do wonder if this road on this side is the right thing to do. And so it's going to kind of mess us up a little bit, is it? Yeah, I'm kind of tempted to redo that a little bit. So let's do that and that and that and that. Close all of those out. Let's get rid of this bus stop here. And let's get rid of this mine here. So we'll do that again. Pop it around. Oh, Jesus. Now this thing is... Oh. Okay, let's redo the entire thing. It's interesting that if you do it this way around, we now all of a sudden don't have the 40%, 40-odd% that we used to have. So let's say do it this way at, say, 40%. Okay, and then on this side, we grab ourselves another 37 over there. So that's a little bit better now. So let's try and get ourselves our bus stop in place over here. And this time around, we may as well just run it like so. And then run it down there. Okay, that's actually not bad. We will need a bit of a fire station somewhere over here. Actually, what we need to do is prioritize our fire station. Can we please up our priority on this guy? Can we get workers to walk here? We cannot unless we do a little bit of a... Actually... Can I just do that? And then presumably this will work. Still nothing? We do that. Can I walk there now? Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to quickly pay for a few upgrades here. Just do that. Just do that. That's okay. And then what I'll do is I will just say, oh, crap. The underground utilities is a bit of a pain, isn't it? Now, can we get workers to walk here now? Excellent, that's good. Now, at least, high priority on this one will at least see us able to do that. Good. Excellent. We've got an epidemic. We observed severe acute cases of the infection. The disease is causing citizens severe health complications. Seems that this disease is not very infectious and will not spread easily through the population. The World Health Organization released a warning about global infection. We expect a long duration. Okay, but at least it's not a big deal, apparently. So we'll let that run a little bit. We'll go and see if we need to up our research things. Pop in here. All of those are under construction. I like it. Let's pop in here. We can start working on the RBMK reactor. So we can at some point do the nuke stuff. Slowly everything's getting done. Our exporting numbers are looking really good. Our tourism numbers are looking reasonable. This is done. That is almost completely dissipated by the time that this thing is filling up. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. These buildings... Do we have anybody living with their parents? No, we do not. So we do have open places for people to move in. There's still plenty of workers kind of hanging around. They're ready to go to a variety of different spots. I like it. Seem to have a lot of workers available. Okay, good. Okay, let's continue our little planning journey over there. All of this is still all good, right? Yeah, good numbers here. Good numbers. Let's get rid of this and go back out over here and just have a look. Okay, so now what we can have to have a look at, or what we will have to have a look at, is how we're going to move this stuff. So what we can do is let's put a bit of a buffer storage in there, right? So if we were to say we want a storage in here, and these things can fill up pretty quickly, so maybe we should do the biggest one. I am not opposed to this. I like that idea. We need an excavator. Really? Okay, well, what we can do is we can go in here and we can just pay a little bit of cash for an excavator. Okay, and we'll then not build it any further, but now that we've got the room created there, we can, that should start. Okay, there we go. So now we've got storage for our coal here. Now the next step is, now from here we can probably start running multiple coal facilities. Oh, and we do need to just worry a little bit about uranium in here. Let's quickly look at uranium. Would that be over here? These are the reactors only, but we do still need to kind of mine the uranium, right? Nuclear, here we go. So uranium mine. Okay, so just bear with us that we will need a uranium mine right about here, and we... Okay, so let's do... Yeah, let's do something like that. Alternatively, we could do it this way. Okay, so let's just place it there so we don't forget we've got a uranium mine going in that area. Now, with that in mind, the next step for the coal journey is a little bit of processing. This is 350 tons. Ah, okay. So we need about 2 of these guys, I guess. No, we would like them to please load it up. So I would say something like this, and then we'll flip it around and do one on this side. Okay, that seems reasonable. I'm not building any of this just yet. Just don't worry too much about that. So that's going to be okay. I will go ahead and say, please go and switch that on. So now, ultimately, I think that should be okay. We may have to just put another bus stop in here somewhere and allow people to actually walk to the job site. So let's trim this back a little bit. Give ourselves a bit of a bus stop in this area as well. Yeah, something like that. We'll go ahead and tie that in and continue to run this straight that way. So now we need another storage facility and a storage facility over here. So for uranium, let's just quickly have a look at the uranium stuff. Uranium ore will get stored or needs to be processed. So 75 tons, 0.75 tons per worker. Okay, so let's just say 0.75 times 100 gives us 75 tons of ore times 0.4 because it's 40% gives us 30 tons of ore. Okay, so what do we need? What this guy can do? This guy can handle a maximum of 36 tons of ore. So this is gonna do the entire thing. So we could potentially just run it straight through. We could just run it straight through over here, and then what we'll have is we would have uranium oxide, and then we have to do the conversion, which can do... We might do this in a different location though, but at least we'll have uranium oxide ready to go here. I think that's a better thing to try and move around. Okay, so let's try and get, yeah, let's do something like that. Okay, so we'll have uranium oxide here. And what we might do is we may run a little road up here. Okay, so let's just plan for a road to go through there. How's this going? Have we finished this guy? No, we have not. Is anything being built here? It's really slow. I mean, the roads are doing their thing. Are we seeing any workers actually arrive here? None. Is it too far away? I do wonder if it's too far away for the workers. I'm really worried about something getting on fire here. Let's just find one of these buses. Need to end this episode. Almost. This bus? Oh yeah, there's some workers on there. I'm going to travel with it a little bit and just to see if we lose our workers just before they get here. This is the path up to Commotionovsk. I do wonder if we're going to lose them any minute now. Yeah, there they go. So just can't make it here. That's the issue. Can't get the workers here in time. Ah, okay. Well, that's the bummer. That is a bummer. So now, at this point in time, we're just too far away to actually get workers here. So I do wonder whether there's a different option for us to bring workers in. It's just too far away. Now, the other option, let's have a look. If we say this guy can go and pick up workers directly from the platform and we give it 2 buses instead, well, so you can pick up directly from there, grab some workers, right? I want to make sure you are going everywhere. And then I'm going to grab whatever buses we have, this line. Can I just see all of these buses, please? Please come and move you here. Move you here. Oh, sorry. Move you here. And move you here. Perfect. So let's see if that makes any difference whatsoever. Right? If we now have these guys running workers in, I do hope we can make that work. Otherwise, I'm going to have to pay for it. Okay, let's plan the rest of this out a little bit. So now that we've got processed coal ore here, or processed coal, probably need another little big chunk like this. Or we might be able to get away with it just doing something like this. And then what we'll do is we'll make sure to... Oh, actually, we want to load it in. If we were to say something like that, let's just say we'll do that one and we'll do that one. Okay, good. And then on the other side, we would like to say, please, we need to be able to do train aggregate loading. And then the question is really, how much of that are we doing? Now, full on would it be? No, we don't want that. We don't want to load the other stuff. So if we were to just make a start like that and see if that'll work. So let's run that one up there and run that one over there. So now it can at least run a little quicker through there. But I think that's fine actually. It'll all need to be powered, but do we need to actually run these conveyors? Would we need to do a conveyor engine, or are we going to be able to just... Yeah, I think we're going to just be able to... Yeah, we can't actually run the conveyor. Just thinking about it, we can't run the conveyor. So now with that in mind, we will be able to run this guy down here. Well, actually, let's extend... let's extend that a little bit. Well, before we do that, let's have a look at what our rail will look like. Actually, that's going to be the end. But what I would need to do is just have a bit of a look at what our rail will be looking like. What is this? Is this catenarized? Is this wooden stuff? Yeah, that's the wooden tracks, actually. So let's start off with the wooden tracks from a planning perspective. If we're saying that our track is running up here, right? If we were saying that, okay. This guy could do a little... Could do something like this. Right? Or could do something like go into the other direction. So we need to figure out what that kind of looks like. If we were to, that's super sharp, isn't it? Let's trim that back and just make sure it's not like quite as bad. were to do this, were to do that, plan that one out for us, and then what we'll say is okay, so something like if we do that, now we should be able to That's not quite what I had in mind. I would have liked a little bit more room than this, I think. Can I? Oh, I can run a little bit more. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's get rid of most of that and most of that. Let's do this. Yeah, so here we have a building in the way. And I don't think we can. Yeah, anyway, let's just do this from a planning perspective. I think that's fairly reasonable. Yeah, I think that's fairly reasonable. Out on this side might be quite a bit. Yeah, so we'll just have to see. I am not too opposed to something like that. That gives us a lot of room to maneuver here in terms of getting them out. So it's in and out, and we'll be able to just run something across there. So that's something like this. Gives us room for our uranium industry. Does this have workers on board? It does. Does the workers now disappear or not? Let's just keep this in mind. They should be disappearing shortly, unless this is a better way of doing it. Why are they slowing down and not coming to the right spots? Okay, that's got workers in it. This got workers in it. Dropping workers off over here. Oh, yeah, now work is in fact happening. Excellent work is happening over there. Why is the one with the priority not actually happening? Oh, because we're missing some stuff. Okay, fair enough. We're missing stuff over there too. This is still underway. There's still plenty of stuff on board here. Excellent. Okay, that's then at least working. This is starting to look like something. We seem to have a reasonable layout here for picking up coal in this area. That's okay. From there, it needs to be moved to wherever we're doing our steel production, or we could just export it straight away if we wanted to. Oh, look at those! Look at those healthy bank balances. Excellent. So we can actually up our game a little bit, maybe pay for some of these construction components. But all in all, looking pretty good. So Commotionovsk is underway. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked it, hit that button. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.